Hola, bueno, vamos a continuar donde lo dejé. Simplemente bajé y acá me encontré con Simón.
Say,
Vamos a
Shepard.
decirle lo que le dije antes.
You didn't happen to find any of my engineers, did you?
I came across a member of your crew. He didn't make it.
I see. Well, maybe the other two are still out there.
Take care of yourself.
Be well, Shepard.
Perfecto. Bueno, vamos a buscar entonces. Buscar los otros dos. Me siento un poco extraño que en realidad sí encontré a los otros, pero bueno, qué sé yo. No sé, no, la verdad que ni idea. Bueno. Sale así. O sea, sí, instalación principal, pero ¿qué quieren que haga la instalación principal? Ya está, ya pasó. Tranquilado. Para este lado viene bien, puedo ir para este lado. Okay. Bueno, vamos a buscar a los amigos. Que no sé si lo voy a encontrar honestamente. Bueno, muy bien, encontrar los peces. Solo a uno. Voy a dos. No entiendo. ¿Qué es esto? No hay más para allá. Ok. Bueno, vamos para allá entonces. Ahí va, me asusté. Ok, bitácora estación. En la CPU aparece un manifiesto de carga completo que cubre los contenedores del exterior. La mayor parte no tiene mucho interés. Exclamaciones y barracones prefabricados. Hay una nota que llama la atención. Los explosivos se han trasladado a la zona 32416. Ok. 32416. ¿Y cómo lo veo eso? No tengo forma. Dice que me actualizó el mapa. ¿Cómo abro el mapa? No sé. Extraño. Bueno, vamos a Macochan. Marca acá. En lugar de la lado, sí, debería ser. Ok, sí, ese es el. Ok, ese es el. Estoy yendo con el sol por mi está llena de informes de operaciones y de diarios personales para una pequeña emisora de radio pirata que montaron los ingenieros de X-57. Hay guiones para varios mensajes promocionales, aunque ninguno parece haber sido grabado. Radio X-57 llevando el rock a esta roca desde 1182. Cuando tu mundo parece hueco, te ayudamos a tocar el cielo. Hablamos con dureza. Tu mejor y única esperanza es conseguir rock a 300.000 kilómetros. Impresionante. Ok. Exactamente. Ok. Quería ver que había algo modificado. No parece. Bueno, debe estar por llegar. No parecía música de Mario, ¿no? Ya no me acuerdo de Dios. Bueno, no me acuerdo. Era. Mira. Sí. Bueno, vamos a ver. Ay, no. No sé por qué la música. Es un sonido de época. Vamos a recordar la. Conmigo, sobre todo. Me encanta la. Quiero que haya algo vivo, re triste, si no. Mira, la seguridad. Ahí va. Y yo quedé. Bien. Pero nada de ello, eso lo pasé. Completamente pasado. ¿Qué es esto? Ahí va, ya estaba roto. Bueno. No. Las Times. Este cuerpo tiene quemaduras graves y muestra señales de importantes traumatismos por impacto. Por suerte la explosión la mató de manera instantánea.
This is Dr. Himes. They found me, damn Batarians. I can hear them out there prowling around, trying to find a way in. It sounds like they're attaching something to the door. If I don't make it, tell my family I love them.
Ahí va. Me asusté.
This is Dr. Himes. They found me, damn Batarians. I can hear them out there prowling
Llevo
around,
todo entonces.
trying
No
to
lo vas a
find a way
necesitar.
in.
¿Qué?
It sounds like they're attaching something to the door. If I don't make it, tell my family I love them.
Ok. Pero más para acá no creo. Por acá debo haber algo. Mientras tanto voy a venir por todo este camino. No sé por qué. Resto de vehículo que necesito. Sí, seguramente por ahí allá. Ok, perfecto. Bueno. Bueno, voy a hacer así. Hay una persona. Es muy raro manejar esto de pero ya dentro Sí, ¿no? ¿Eh? Están los cosas rotos. Yo había venido acá. Ok. Sí, no salen las... Ok. Para averiguar. Ok, estoy haciendo otro alrededor. Tengo que dar una vuelta por acá. Bueno, esto perdí con el final del capítulo, pero... hablemos un poquito. Algo. Hola, estar vivo. Un tiempo de estar vivo. Quiero ver algo. Ok. Tras final de la estación de producción 2, escrita por Montoya. ¡No! ¡Montoya! Las comunicaciones funcionan y hay naves de descenso no corporativas aterrizando cerca de la instalación principal. Se ven destellos de luz en el horizonte. No puedo estar seguro, pero supongo que son disparos de armas pesadas. Estoy armando los drones defensivos como establece el protocolo de emergencia. No voy a esperar a que me recojan hasta que lo investigue. Ahí va. Dios. Ahí va, hay más.
Destination
Montoya.
locked.
Me vas a matar, Montoya. Quédense ahí. No salgan, que se van a morir. Son inútiles. Con todo respeto, son inútiles. Hijo de puta, déjame decírtelo, Ah, yo sí lo puedo hacer. Ahí. Se murió, ¿no? A ver, ¿dónde carajo estamos en Montoya? Montoya, que esté Montoya. A ver, vamos para Montoya. De parte del juego casi me mata ahí va, Montoya, no, Montoya. Bueno, hola Montoya. Parece que murió de un único disparo que le dio en el casco. Posiblemente un francotirador. Quien lo matara no se molestó en quitar el cuerpo. Aún hay equipo en su mochila. Bueno, gracioso. ¿Por qué tanto francotirador? Ok. Te voy a ir acá, ¿no? Eso otra vez. No me va a pasar tiempo. Aquí no puedo. Pero bueno, no voy. Engine Impact. Hola, de nuevo contra
Say, Shepard, you didn't happen to find any of my engineers, did you?
Yes, all of them. Their bodies, anyway.
Oh, I see. Well then, I guess it's better than not knowing.
Take care of yourself.
Be well, Shepard. We owe you.
Nos vemos, comandante Simón. Comandante, le tiraba. Bueno, vamos a la torre de estación y nos vamos de este maldito asteroide que me llevó más de una hora, la verdad, bastante más de lo que pensé. Torre de transmisión. ¿Cuánto va el capítulo? 18 minutos. Date vuelta. Hay que repararlo. Ahí va. Está restaurado el enlace de datos de la torre de transmisión y verá las estaciones de producción. Ahora pusieron que hacer. Un poco tarde, pero bueno, qué sé yo. Bueno, vamos. Empezar a apretar botones al azar hasta que de repente, pum, volver a Normandía. Y acá estamos, en la Normandía. Hola. Con este ya volé, Vamos a hablar con alguien. Un poco mucho, pero bueno, vamos a hablar con algunos. Nadie quiere hablar conmigo. Loco. ¿Tanto me odian? Parece que me detestan. Me detestan profundamente. Sigamos por el camino este, qué sé yo. A ver, ¿acá qué hay? ¿Qué es esto? Me he investigado por acá, pero transmisor MRL. Mira. Mira. O podemos seguir. Tenemos un capitulito así medio de lleno, tampoco está tan mal a veces, ¿viste? Qué sé yo. Encima número Y, donde la verdad que no viene tan mal mi vida, no sé. Creo. Esto cubierta uno en vos, ¿no? Sí. Ok, acá va a haber gente. A ver, de estos, ¿quién quiere hablar conmigo? Nadie. Kaidan. Estira. Este sí. Está conmigo, que lo puedo usar, ¿no?
Anything you need, Commander?
Quiero información personal.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Pero...
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Bueno,
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Adiós, Lieutenant. Lieutenante. Y todo, obviamente. Cara de que me ven. No. Acá había algo. Sonido de avance. Puedo... Ahí va, ahí entendí. Sí, creo que sí. Ok. Módulo de descanso. Ok. ¿Esto es con quien puedo hablar o...? No sé. Voy a investigar porque hay cosas para agarrar. Y la doctora Chagas. De esta me acuerdo.
Yes,
Hola,
Commander?
Chagas.
Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school.
Esto que
I
hablaron.
wanted to... But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding.
Ever think you made the wrong
Sometimes I
choice?
think about open... But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record.
Ok.
Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use
Sí.
the L3.
I should go.
Goodbye,
Con
Commander.
esto ya hablé, es verdad. Ok, entonces con los que debería hablar son con los nuevos, ¿no? Nada más. Aunque nadie quiere hablar conmigo. Qué triste. No hay nadie. Bueno, al menos puedo agarrar info para el códice. Bueno. Vamos a la cubierta 3. Sí, capitán, estamos listos para ir a la cubierta 3. A ver, acá sí hay gente nueva.
Looking for supplies?
Ok, eso ya lo había preguntado.
Not right
No
now,
problem.
thanks.
Keep checking back.
A ver, Garros.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Pero si no hicimos nada.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than
No se
that.
había ido
It
por
didn't start
paso.
out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC.
Ahí va, literalmente
Either
me está
way,
usando,
I plan
entonces.
to make the most of this.
A ver, si
And without CSEC
Mira la
headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Perfecto. ¿Y algo más que quieras decirme? Nada más. Así.
Commander, good to see you.
El Mako. Qué grande Mako. Ashley. Mi
Commander?
buena amiga.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish
They
Ah,
died,
porque
you
yo lo
lived.
hablaba.
if I had been more alert, we wouldn't
Together.
I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though. I'm sorry, Commander. I wouldn't
Ahí
mind
va.
talking more later,
Me
ma'am.
mandaron a la mierda, las dos. Bueno, ¿qué? Ok. Bueno, y me falta la otra. Claro. Hola.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story.
¿Puedo decir?
Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Ahí va.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race.
Y
That was fun.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth?
Ah, esto lo habíamos visto.
And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Sí, no,
Your
no, no, no,
ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
Pues sí.
The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it.
Y es un poco fuerte. Sí.
All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Ok, bueno.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Ok. No me decís nada más.
Shepard.
Ah, sí.
Rex.
Sí, sí. Shepard, Rex. Banco, la relación. Son amigos, evidentemente. Acá está Tali. Ahí está la Talilla. Talilla. Buenos días, Talilla.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
Hey, mentira.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation, too easy for sensors to pick them up. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own.
There's no way.
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Mira.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Where else have you served, Adams?
You name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from Dreadnought. My last assignment was on the Tokyo. Only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Ok.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Ok, profesor Falco dice.
ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are There are 17. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population... In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions on matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how
Interesting.
No.
Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Muy fuerte que estemos haciendo esas cosas, loco.
So the Geth share brain power?
Es muy fuerte lo de la IA.
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exiles searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Okay.
I want to talk about something else.
En realidad no.
Like
quiero
what?
saber de nada.
I should go.
See you later.
¿Por qué le pica eso si después se va? Dios, es un montón. It's a fucking lot, bro. It's lot. Ok, ¿hay algún lugar más al que pueda ir? Pues ya revisamos toda la nave, no me acuerdo, la verdad. Esto es eso, perfecto. Y acá arriba Venimos para acá. ¿Hay algo más? Sí, este lugar. Para venir acá. Ah, no, ya he venido acá. Claro. Bueno, entonces, eso fue todo. Perfecto. Ya recorrimos toda la navecita. No voy a ir ahí todavía. Quiero ver un par de cosas en el códice. Ahí voy a ver lo del coso.
After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanicals. In the early 2160s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge, much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skyllian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, the Batarians retreated into their own systems and are now rarely seen in Citadel space.
Okay.
Driven from their home system, after the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale. The Citadel is an ancient deep space. Citadel space is an unofficial term referring to any region of space controlled by a species that acknowledges the authority of the Citadel Council. At first glance, it appears this territory encompasses most of the galaxy. In reality, however, less than 1% of the stars have been explored. Even Mass Effect FTL drive is slow relative to the volume of the galaxy. Empty space and systems without suitable drive discharge sites are barriers to exploration. Only the mass relays allow ships to jump hundreds of light years in an instant, the key to expanding across an otherwise impassable galaxy. Whenever a new relay is activated, the destination system is rapidly developed. From that hub, FTL drive is used to expand to nearby star clusters. The result is a number of densely developed clusters, thinly spread across the vast expanse of space, connected by the mass relay network. Spectres are... There are between 200 and 400 billion stars in the galaxy, and less than 1% of them have ever been visited or had their systems properly surveyed. Humanity's early expansion into the Attican Traverse was haphazard, a desperate race to claim habitable planets where populations can be economically settled. Ignored in the wake of this land grab were thousands of less hospitable worlds, each potentially rich with industrial resources. The wealth of entire solar systems lies untapped, waiting for corporate survey teams or independent pioneers to discover and exploit them. However, this is not an easy task. In addition to the environmental hazards, the fact that uncharted worlds are largely ignored makes them popular bases for criminals, revolutionaries, cults, and others who wish to remain unnoticed by galactic society. The terminal. Biotics is the ability of rare individuals to manipulate dark energy and create mass. An artificial intelligence is a self-aware computing system capable of learning and independent decision-making. Creation of a conscious AI requires adaptive code, a slow, expensive education, and a specialized quantum computer called a blue box. An AI cannot be transmitted across a communication channel or computer network. Without its blue box, an AI is no more than data files. Loading these files into a new blue box will create a new personality, as variations in the quantum hardware and runtime results create unpredictable variations. The Geth serve as a cautionary tale against the dangers of rogue AI, and in Citadel space, they are technically illegal. Advocacy groups argue, however, that an AI is a living, conscious entity, deserving the same rights as organics. They argue that continued use of the term artificial is institutionalized racism on the part of organic life. The term synthetic is considered the politically correct alternative. A virtual intelligence is an advanced form of user interface software. VIs use a variety of methods to simulate natural conversation, including an audio interface and an avatar personality to interact with. Although a VI can provide a convincing emulation of sentience, they are not self-aware, nor can they learn or take independent action. VIs are used as operating systems on commercial and home computers. Minimal VI agents are also available. Agents are compact and specialized. Some serve as personal secretaries, filtering calls and scheduling meetings based on user-defined priorities. Others are advanced search engines, propagating themselves across the extranet to collate user-requested data. Commercial VIs in a variety of stock personalities are available at any software retailer. Boutique firms and hobbyists also build unique VIs to personal specification. Although software emulation of living personalities is illegal, reconstructions of famous historical figures are common.
Ahí va. Voy a ver esta última.
Omni-tools are handheld devices that combine a computer microframe, sensor analysis pack, and manufacturing fabricator. Versatile and reliable, an Omni-tool can be used to analyze and adjust the functionality of most standard equipment, including weapons and armor, from a distance. The fabrication module can rapidly assemble small three-dimensional objects from common reusable industrial plastics, ceramics, and light alloys. This allows for field repairs and modifications to most standard items, as well as the reuse of salvaged equipment. Omni-tools are standard issue for soldiers and first-in colonists.
Ok. Bueno, voy a aprovechar para guardar. Nunca está mal guardar. Perfecto. Sí, sí, sí. J. Shepard. Y vamos para acá. Perfecto. Terminamos el problema acá que había. Nos vamos de Asgard. Y nos vamos de acá también, no hay nada más, ¿no? Son estrellas, pero que no han sido exploradas, parece. Ok. Tengo que ir a de Gama. Vengamos a de Gama. Sí, sí. Caer en de Gama. ¿Es mucha cosa? A ver, farinata. Ok, vamos a ver que hay un farinata.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, we've got a situation that requires your expertise. A group of fanatical biotics have kidnapped the chairman of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies. Their freighter sustained damage and is dead in space. Get in there and take them down.
What kind of resistance should I expect?
The biotics were seen loading equipment into the freighter. Expect traps and combat drones. Nothing you can't handle.
What are the biotics asking for?
They're L2 biotics, and most of them are suffering major side effects from the implants. The subcommittee denied a request for reparations to all L2 biotics. Apparently they'd like the chairman to reconsider.
What's the priority on saving the chairman?
Saving him would be my preference, but we must make it clear that these tactics don't work, Commander. Your top priority is to neutralize the biotics.
Understood, Admiral. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate you taking the time, Commander. I'm sending you the last known coordinates of the freighter. Good luck. Fifth Fleet out.
Ok. Ok, chabón es un gigante gaseoso de hidrógeno y helio con restos de cloro y nitrógeno en su atmósfera. Tiene un número de lunas inusualmente pequeño para ser un gigante gaseoso solo 7. No hay duda de que esto es debido a que la estrella Farinata capturó la mayor parte de la masa durante el colapso de la nebulosa que creó el sistema. Ok. Juntamos un pequeño mundo terrestre muy caliente, cuenta con una atmósfera de dióxido de carbono y etano que poco a poco va siendo evaporada por los poderosos vientos solares de la estrella Farinata. La superficie es abrasadora y está compuesta sobre todo por azufre, con depósitos de cumbres o densidades lo suficientemente pequeñas como para que el mundo esté estabilizado por el gigante gravitatorio de Farinata gradiente. La red de datos de defensa de la Alianza tiene registradas varias naves que se han avistado navegando cerca de Tauma con los globalizadores desconectados. Cuando la nave de la Alianza intentó perseguir una de las naves identificadas, esta saltó a MT. Su rastro se perdió cuando se ocultó en la confusión de señales de la línea comercial Anansi-Ishtar. La precisión ha revelado un carguero a la deriva. En la fase media el equipo de salvamento ha conseguido subir a bordo de la nave y ha determinado que había sido atacado por impulsores a bordo. No había gran cosa de valor, pero han encontrado un disco de datos partidario. Ok, creo. Nepneu tiene una rara combinación de características que hacen que sea especialmente interesante para la comunidad científica. Nepneu es un pequeño planeta terrestre con una atmósfera de dióxido de carbono y cristal. Como ocurre con todos los mundos de las farinetas, su superficie es abrazadamente caliente. La corteza se compone sobre todo por silicato combinado con hierro. Ok, entonces no hay árbol de reflexión. ¿Qué es esto? Mientras el proyecto no ha detectado una gran depósito de torio, mira, tierras raras. Wow, increíble. Esto no tiene nada, ¿no? No, por si acaso, viste, por ahí me lo salté. El Tuntun Sahur tampoco, no. Y bueno, vamos a ver el este. MS Voluntario. MS Voluntario es un transporte modular de sitio humano de Castle Ulon, configurado para combatir las funciones de carguero y transporte material, yendo a toda máquina para cubrirse en un cúmulo de asteroides. Ok. Voy con lo de siempre. Con Ashley y con Tale. Yo confío para contar pelotón. Perfecto. Aceptar, sí. Bueno. Bueno, ahora que empieza lo interesante, llegó el momento de cortar esto. Nos vemos entonces. En el próximo capítulo seguimos. Bye bye.